Hi, everyone. I'm Erin Young. I'm a 10-star diamond, two-time elite coach from the amazingly just exciting suburb of Indianapolis called Noblesville, Indiana. I've been a coach since 2013, and I just recently was able to create a Beachbody business that allowed me to retire from teaching high school English after 14 years. So this year I've officially been a stay-at-home working mom, and that was all due to just an incredible team that was just willing to fight hard. And because I had a fire in my belly that when my son became a kindergartner, I would be the mom who could be there for him the way that I really wanted to be there for him. So thank you so much for having me. And tonight I'm going to talk to you about the oh so sexy talk about coach placement and team cycle bonus and maximizing your income and different things like that in your Beachbody business. And while it's very unsexy, it's absolutely 100% important. I am not a numbers girl at all. I was always horrible at balancing my checkbook. I was always really bad about, just numbers and data and statistics. I couldn't stand math in high school. In college, I'm an English teacher by trade, right? But thankfully, my mom, who is a CPA, and my husband, who's absolutely 100% a frugal numbers guy, was able to help me learn about this side of the Beachbody business. Now, here's the thing, and I cannot stress to you more than this, is that you really should, and I highly recommend that you become a student of this business model. You're like, there's these legs and these bonuses and carryover and PV and TV and all these different things. And you say, I don't know what they mean. Well, honestly, you should know what they mean. You should know what they mean. You should know how to maximize this opportunity in front of you, because there really are ways to do it. And it took me a while. Really, honestly, I just went to my husband and I said, I need your help. This is a place in my business. It's a weakness and I can't find the time to spend on it. And I wanted him to be more involved in my business and feel like he had a role to play. And so I asked him to learn and become the expert on this. And he has, and it's actually been really good for him, because when I was working towards going full time, he was really apprehensive because he himself didn't understand the business model. He believed me when I said this really is not a risky decision. This is a no-brainer, but he needed to see that for himself. And so sometimes our support system, our spouses, need to see these numbers for themselves, so they need to understand them. And that means you need to understand them as well, or help them figure out about it. We first started learning from the other top coaches. They have incredible training videos on their own YouTube channels. We went to Lindsay Matway's and to Scotty Hobbs and to Chris Reed's, and we learned so much from them. And we watched the ones in the Coach Online office and the video library, and we just kind of dug in and we figured it out on our own. That was imperative. It's imperative because you want to be able to make strong, confident decisions in your business. You want to be able to confidently place your coaches where it's going to benefit you and them best. And it's time to learn about that. Now, today, I am not going to go into everything, but I'm going to give you a little bit of insight and leave you with some things to think about, because this is deep. Okay. And I don't want to scare anybody off, but I do want you to leave here knowing a little bit more than when you started. So you want to grab your pen and paper and keep watching and keep listening, because you are going to learn something new. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to share my screen with you, because I think that's just essential, because this is very much a visual kind of thing. And I'm just going to go straight to my Coach Online office. Okay. And I'm logged into my husband's Coach Online office. So in my business, I have a first business center, I have a second business center, and my husband has a business center. I did sign him up to be a coach, and I'll kind of go in to explain that a little bit with you. But don't be afraid of the Coach Online office. Okay. Dig in it and try to figure it out. And the first place I'm going to go to is my business. And I'm just going to show you downline. Okay, I love to look at the sponsorship drill down, because this is where, as a coach, you can see, the coaches on your organization. And what you can really see and what's really beneficial to you is to look left to all the way right, because this helps you when you're maybe, I don't know, on week 6 of a qualification period, or you're wanting to see if your coaches are inactive or active, or you're wanting to know who to reach out to. This can really help you. You can see all the coaches that you have on your left and your right. You can click and drop down and see their organizations as well. And then the thing that I like the best is you can see their SC points, their qualification status, what leadership rung they're in. But what is really nice over here is you can see their volume for the week. If you scroll left to right, you can see when someone has volume, and you need to know that, because you need to know, especially if you're a diamond coach, you're an emerald coach, you're trying to maintain that rank or build your rank, you need to look left and right and see who has volume. So I might look at, one of my coaches here, Ashley. Now she has not ordered, not this week, not last week, the week before. Oh, there she is. There's her volume, 90 PV on week 3. So we're good to go for her. So we need 50 PV for our coaches to stay active during that 4-week time period, okay, during the month. Usually you get about 5 weeks in there. So, you want to look at your sponsorship drill down. Okay, we get that. So what else do we need to do? We need to build our organizations left and right. And when you are an emerald coach, you need to be thinking about that. When you're a new coach, you need to think about building to emerald. And so we want to appropriately place our coaches on the right legs of our business. There's all this talk out there about weak leg and strong leg and different things like that. So I'm going to show you a little bit about that. So first of all, I'm going to go back to the home. Let's see. I'm just going to click on my volume. Okay, so my volume. So this is my husband's volume. And what I can see here is that for the week ending January the 27th, okay, so January the 27th, the total PV right now that he has is 214. And here's what is the money right here, okay? His left volume is 1,246. The right is 3,646. Okay, so that right there tells me which leg is my strong leg and which one is my weak leg. So in this case, my strong leg is the right because it has more volume, and the left is the weak leg because it has less volume. Now, why is this information important? Well, when you are an emerald coach, you get to qualify, or you can qualify for the team cycle bonus. And that means that you're going to make $14 based on volume. And you're going to make $14 every time that there's a 2-to-1 ratio on your left and right leg. When your right leg, your strong leg in this case, okay, the right leg has 200 volume points and the left leg has 100 volume points, you're going to team cycle bonus and make $14 every single night. Every night, your organization bonuses and cycles and has that opportunity to make a bonus. What's really awesome and really amazing is that this volume is not coming from your own personal retail sales. I'm going to show you this, but it's going to come from, I'm looking at graphical genealogy, all of the coaches placed below you in your downline. This is David's downline. You will notice that his coach on the left, Monica, it says PS above her. So she is one of his PS coaches. But Christina is not one of his PS coaches. But her volume is playing into his right leg. So all of these coaches below David, those are giving him that $3,600 volume. All the coaches on the left are giving him that $1,600 or $1,200 volume. And that's what's pretty cool about this organization. That's why this organization is not a pyramid scheme, because honestly, you are benefiting from everyone in your organization. And it is very possible for Ryan Shuey, this 1-star diamond coach below my husband, to out-earn him based on her effort and her work and on her team. So that's never, ever going to happen. Now, what you also notice is that everyone placed here is going to the outside leg. That is absolutely 100% crucial and important. You will notice that Ryan has built this inside leg, but that's one of her outside legs. So we want to make sure we're building to the outside, because let's just say here, you see this other person under Monica. If David chose to put a coach right under Monica, right there, a new PS coach, if he clicked on that, that would reserve that spot right there to be the next placement for the next coach. Red alert, please don't do that unless you really 100% know exactly what you're doing and why. just keep building to the outside legs. I don't want to put someone there because no one is going to be added there underneath of my new coach, Brittany. Okay, Brittany's going to sign up. I am absolutely not going to put her there because when she starts working this business, she's going to receive no volume from the downline because no one's going to add anyone to her, meaning she's going to be a dead leg. You may be a dead leg. I was a dead leg. I am a dead leg in my organization. I'm not getting anything from my upline sponsor. And that's only because she wasn't sure what she was doing. I've done this thing to my coaches, like it happens by accident. So we just don't want to select. We don't really want to mess in here and click on anything, especially in these beginning stages. It's an option for a reason, but I think that's an extended lesson over the course of your career. So we just want to make sure we're building to those outside legs. We want to try, if you're really thinking about maximizing your income, you do want to look at your volume and you want to see that your volume is creating a 2-to-1 ratio because that's going to maximize the number of times you can team cycle bonus. So the closer you can get to building your right leg as double or your strong leg as double as your weak leg, you are going to team cycle bonus more. But to be quite honest, my friends, it's very hard to build bank before you have built rank. In my opinion, getting to diamond and beyond, perhaps 1-star or even 2-star diamond, is incredibly important before you start playing the game of building bank. And that's just because your organization may not be stable. So if I go back to David's sponsorship drill down and we look at his organization and how stable it is. So currently his rank is a 1-star diamond coach, and our goal is to just maintain David at a diamond rank. The 1-star is absolutely a bonus because Ryan decided to go for it in this business. But you will notice that he has on his left leg 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 active coaches. And on his right leg, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's a stronger diamond coach than most people. To be a diamond, you need 4 coaches on the left, 4 on the right, and 2 of those are emeralds. He has a 1-star diamond on his left. He has another emerald on his left. On his right, he only has 1 emerald. So that's kind of a weak point. If that emerald dropped, David would drop his diamond rank. But the good news is this is my mom. And so we've built my mom to this emerald rank so that we can easily control and have a little bit more insight and control in David's diamond rank. And so those are some of the things that we do in this business. Our family members are drinking Shakeology. Perhaps they're loving this journey. It may take some longer than others because it took my husband about a year and it took my mom about the same to really get into their health and fitness journey and start loving and drinking their Shakeology regularly. It makes sense to make our family members a coach on our organization and place them in a place that's going to help us move our businesses forward, whether it's in team cycle bonusing and ranking, those kinds of things. So David's organization is pretty strong and pretty stable. So there is a point now where we do want to add coaches on his left leg to increase the volume there. But honestly, he's really close to a 2-to-1 ratio. He's team cycle bonusing pretty much at a maximum. He's doing a pretty good job. Okay, so next I want to show you something that I feel like gets looked over because we really don't understand it much. But under volume, there's also carryover volume. Now, David doesn't have a ton of carryover volume because he's team cycle bonusing pretty well. I'm not sure why this is taking, there we go. Some people have hundreds of thousands in carryover volume, but you're going to see this, that every night that David team cycle bonuses. So right now, the most recent bonus that we have is on January the 20th. You're going to see that he bonused that night 4 times, or he cycled that night 4 times. So 4 times 16 equals how much money he made in that night for his team cycle bonus. His carryover on his left is 80, and his carryover on his right is 16,000. So that's kind of a lot. So building up his left and allowing that to bonus more is really going to be beneficial. The reason why it stopped at 4, it only cycled 4 times because that left leg got down to 80. It can only bonus when it has 100. So when you look at that, his right's going to keep cycling as long as the left keeps building. So if there was one more challenge pack or one more bag of Shakeology there, he would have bonused 5 times. So what's kind of interesting about that carryover is that's, in a way, those are a lot of cycles just waiting on you. And so when you look at that, it shows you an opportunity waiting for you. It only happens when you build up that weak leg, though. So that's what I'm saying. We have to be smart, and we have to make sure that rank is stable, that rank is secure before you start, adding coaches or doing something to those legs. And what that does tell me, though, is that if the volume increased on David's left leg, okay, the volume increased on David's left leg, that doesn't mean retail sales. That means the coaches on his left leg. So as a coach of leaders, because that's really what you are, now I can go back and I can say, okay, well, let me look at these coaches on the left leg. Who can I work with this week? Who can I inspire a little bit more? Well, I see, Ryan, hold on, I want to go to sponsorship drill down. I like that better. I see that, Ryan's a 1-star diamond coach. She has 12 Success Club points. I can work with her team. And I have been. I've been meeting and working with Ryan's team. She's pushing to elite 5-star diamond this year. She has a really strong diamond below her who's pushing to 5-star elite. I'm going to help them. She's on the left leg. Okay, it makes sense because if her team's bringing in more volume, that's going to help David's organization bonus more. Sarah, she's an Emerald coach with 2 SC points. I can help her and inspire her right now at the end of the month to hit those SC goals, help her benefit, which also is going to help your business benefit by creating more volume on that weak leg. So it's not saying that I'm going to just leave the right leg alone. But in this case, if I'm going to sign up a working coach on David's organization, I'm probably going to put him on the left leg because that is going to increase the likelihood that he's going to team cycle bonus more. Okay. So moving on. So we've got carryover, left and right, weak and strong leg. I've talked, let's just go to placement here. I don't want to be all over the place for you guys. This is crucial, okay? So when you're a new coach, if your rank is just coach right now, and you're wanting to become an Emerald coach, and you're like left and right, how do I know if that's going to happen? Well, the good news is that this is set up so that automatically when you're a new coach, the rank of coach, and you're signing up your first 2 coaches, they're automatically going to default to your left and to your right. So, that's not really going to make too much of a difference. After that, though, you need to make sure you find your way to the My Business tab and click on My Preferred Placement, and then find yourself here. You absolutely 100% want to set preferred placement because that's going to allow you then to drop your coaches on alternating sides, left, right, left, right, left, right, as you're building yourself to diamond. You want to make sure that placement ID, that is your coach ID number. Don't click and change that. Make sure that's your number. Because if you change that to someone else's number, it's going to place it under them, and then it can mess things up, okay? So just place it under, make sure that's your number. And then you only have one business center at this point in time, more likely than not, so leave that there. And then you are able to click left and right. Notice there are all kinds of other options. And I'm going to go ahead actually and change David's to the left now because we need to place his next coach on the left. But there's weak outside, first available right, weak outside, weak leg, first available. No. Just stick with left and right for now, okay? Just stay there. That's your happy place right now. So I'm going to click save. So that's going to change his next coach placement to his left side, which is where we need one anyway for bonusing and also just to strengthen that 1-star just a little bit more. And he has a new coach signing up. So that's a good thing that we were in here checking. If a coach signs up though, and you notice like immediately when someone signs up on my organization, I always say, whether it's just a customer or a coach, I'm asking them to forward me the confirmation of their order so that I have the order number in case there's any problems, and that way I can call coach relations and I have the order number and I can deal with anything. But also you want to know once they've completed their order so that you can come into the Coach Online office and make sure that they have been placed on the correct leg. Because there are some times where I was like, I know I had it set and changed and maybe I didn't click save or something like that. But you have 72 hours after a coach signs up to change their placement. And so you want to make sure you do check and confirm that. And I've had coaches that are like, oh, I just forgot to do that. And now I have 4 on the left and just 1 on the right. And they're losing their emerald status because they weren't paying attention. So absolutely pay attention. As soon as the coach signs up, go in and check and then change that preferred placement. So the next coach is going to go to the next leg. Okay, now I am going to stop my screen share for a second because I want to talk to you really quickly about the benefits of signing up your spouse or a really close family member as a coach. I've done a lot of training videos on this, and it's the #1 thing that I recommend. If I have a coach in this business, and if you are a coach in this business and you know that you want to be here 1 year from now, and you have goals and you have financial goals and you have rank-based goals, and you just know that your business is worth building and you're ready to spend some time on it, then signing your spouse up as a coach, in my opinion, is absolutely necessary, or a mom or a cousin or a best friend, someone that you know, love, and trust, and they know, love, and trust you, and you can control their organization and they can benefit from being a coach in your organization. And here's why. Because when you look at that sponsorship drill down, you'll see that coaches are placed, left, right. You want your spouse or close family member to be one of those first coaches added to your organization on the left or the right. I always recommend that you add a spouse to your weak leg. So you want to get in there and look and see which leg's strong and weak, and make sure that before you sign them up, that you put them on that weak leg, because you control that. Okay, you can control that in the long run, and it's going to benefit you and them. So here's the thing. When I signed up, this is like my message, because I didn't do this. Because for me, 1 bag of Shakeology was really expensive, let alone getting another bag to keep another coach, active on Home Direct, right? Well, thankfully, we have other products now, like performance products and boost products, that you can get and just have a really easy 50 PV to keep that coach active. And you don't have to get just a bag of Shakeology every month if you don't need it. But it was really expensive for me, and my husband was not all in on this journey with me. He was very skeptical. He just really was unsure about what it was that I was doing. It wasn't something that he saw as long-term, and I knew it on the inside, but I was really scared to express that on the outside, so I didn't sign him up as a coach. So it was about a year later that I did. So David he's on my weak leg, but he's very far down in my organization. Meaning that, I have Megan on my left, and I have Mandy on my right. And Mandy's not working the business, and the next coach down is not working the business, but there's some other key players in the middle before I added David all the way down here. And so what's happened is that all of these coaches from the top all the way down to David have pretty awesome volume that's not going under him, to help him bonus more, to help our family financially benefit more. So, that's the thing. So with David not being at the top of my organization, there's quite a bit of volume that's being left on the table that we're not benefiting from. And so, hundreds of dollars a week. And so if David was placed at the top of my organization, I could have built his diamond faster. We could be earning more money financially as a family, especially me being on a debt. Like, I need to bonus as much as I can. And so, financially and maximizing income wise, that wasn't a very good decision. Now, since then, I've done some other things that have helped. David's making a great team cycle bonus, and I've placed my second business center under his organization. And, that's a conversation for your upline coach when you're there. And that's helping his volume a lot as well. So I really, really do think that if you take anything away from this, that if you think that you're going to be here a year from now, that you absolutely sign up your spouse as a coach. And if they're not 100% on board, maybe help them understand why, and share with them this video, and share with them my story. Share with them, or look up Lindsay Matways or Scotty Hotz or something like that, and help them understand it. Because really it's just something they don't understand, and they don't see the long-term benefits. And it is something that is very financially rewarding to your family when your spouse is a coach, especially as you're building rank and building bank, because it just puts more control in your hands in some of those areas. Okay, so I just want to make sure. Okay, so when you're moving forward in this, I don't want you to throw your hands up in the air and be like, I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. Make sure that you are a student and you're doing a little bit each day to learn more about this business structure. Search the FAQs, read them, ask questions, watch the videos. And, I don't know all of the answers. My husband honestly knows a lot of the answers, and I go to him. He's become my expert. But don't be scared. And this is something that is absolutely important to teach and show your new coaches. The moment that someone starts expressing interest in wanting to work their business, I think it's crucial to have these conversations with them, to show them the difference between weak and strong, to show them carryover. Because I'll tell you what, it's been very motivating for my team. My husband's done trainings for my team on these types of things. When a coach looks and finds their carryover, they're like, holy wow, seriously? And they see that there's something there, there's more, there's an opportunity. And it's very inspiring to people to know, if I get to Diamond and I start making this bonus, I'm going to make money every night while I'm sleeping. If I'm constantly hitting Success Club 5, I'm bringing in at least 2 coaches to my organization. I'm creating volume on my team, and I'm going to bonus. And it's always going to bonus because I've got this huge carryover amount. It's very inspiring. And so, and it's just a blessing of the structure of this business. It's just a beautiful thing. So coaches, I hope this was helpful to you. I hope I wasn't all over the place and I explained myself well to you, because it's so not sexy, but I'm happy that I was able to go into this with you a little bit tonight. So, your call to action for this call, definitely make sure that you go into the Coach Online office tonight and you determine which leg is my strong and which leg is my weak. Determine how much carryover volume you have on each leg, so you're aware of that, okay? So go into your volume, check your left and your right, determine which one is your strong and your weak, okay? Check your preferred placement. Make sure you have set it to, you want to set your preferred placement, and you've got it on the correct leg of where your next coach should be falling. And then also comment below and let your leaders know if you have any specific questions that they might be able to answer about your coach placement or bonusing or carryover or anything like that, where to put your spouse, all of those kinds of good things. So thanks for listening. I hope it was helpful. All right, you guys, good luck. And just know that this business is an incredible opportunity that's worth sharing with other people. And if you have your list of your dream team coaches, it's time to start sharing the opportunity to those people. This business is a blessing, and it creates so many amazing rewards for so many people. And if we're not sharing it, then we're taking an opportunity away from someone else. And that's not our decision. That's their decision. So keep rocking it, you guys, and don't be scared to share the business, because it really is that amazing. Have fun and good luck. I'll see you later.